When did you get the word? What was the conversation? How did this unfold? How long has it been in the works?
Well, probably weeks. We've had a number of conversations with the governor's office, and I did have an opportunity to have a conversation with the governor. But like many things, until the announcement's made and decision is final, you just hopeful, and I was hopeful for the opportunity, and so the governor appointed me today, and I'm just very grateful about that.
The headlines almost instantly greeting you. You had to expect it. Voted for the tax increase. Now you get this appointment. Was there any talk of that when you talked to the governor? How do you put those comments behind you?
Well, it's real simple. The governor and I never once had a conversation about a tax increase or anything associated, not only with a tax increase or a tax increase associated with this position.
What is the challenge now to go from legislating to being part of the administration and taking over the Department of Agriculture?
Well, from my standpoint, I have a good combination of public and private experience, and this is an exciting time for Illinois. As we all know, I was a legislator through the state's most difficult economic times in recent memory, and so this position, I believe, allows me an opportunity to work with state leaders, state legislators, and the administration to do what we can to bring Illinois, help bring it out of the economic doldrums that we faced. I know the governor has some strong goals in terms of improving the economy, job creation, but also along the lines of helping agriculture through increased exports. Governor set some pretty ambitious goals to double our exports by the year 2014. And agriculture will play a role in that. So I'm anxious to work with the administration, with our local officials, and our agribusiness industry, those who are actually engaged in production and the producers, in trying to do everything we can to increase their exports so that they can benefit and so that our state can benefit.
Illinois is #1 in corn, #2 in beans, #5 in hogs, if I get my numbers straight. 1 in 8 jobs in the state tied to the farm in some way, shape, or form. This is a department post. This is not public health. This plays as much a part in the Illinois economy as anything else. A little nervous taking over, given all that's at stake?
I'm excited. I believe we have an incredible opportunity. Many of the people who are working in the associations and many of the people whose livelihoods are at stake are people who I've represented, and I certainly look very forward to working with them and finding ways for them to achieve success and having the Department of Agriculture be a part of the growth of Illinois' economy. At the same time, we know the Department of Agriculture has to play a strong role in terms of regulating safety and making sure our food is safe, and that's a very, very important role. In my background, I have worked in a regulatory environment, and so I do feel like my experiences can help the state not only achieve the objectives of the Department of Agriculture in terms of food safety and so on, but also, I've worked very hard on trying to improve the economy of Illinois in terms of my efforts. Indicator, working on the Macon County Economic Development Corporation. When I was a mayor of a community, we put together a community plan designed to help improve the quality of life. So these are things that I enjoy working on, I love working on, and but the key is building partnerships and working with people to achieve those successes.
Last question. I know it's all part of the administration, and sometimes the government cause and effect is months, if not years, in coming. But the Department of Agriculture, as you says, does play a regulatory role. One of the criticisms of the Illinois economy is that our regulations are sometimes cumbersome. I know farmers are extremely worried about some of the environmental regulations that are going to come down out of Washington. What sort of role do you see yourself playing? How difficult of a task is that going to be to tackle? And do you see any changes from the past director or the past directors?
Mm-hmm. Well, clearly there's an awful lot for me to get my arms around, but I can just tell you this, that I think those who know me and who have worked with me and who I have worked know me to be a person who tries to find ways to achieve goals and objectives by working with people, finding common sense solutions to challenges that we face locally and at the state level. So I certainly want to be somebody who not only can help stimulate our economy, but also find ways to resolve any issues that might be there in the most cooperative way possible.